Hi everyone, it's Miss Brenner. We're going to continue on with our article, College Football is Not Essential by the New York Times. We are going to be picking up in section 4, which is on page 2 of your article. Please follow along either in your paper copy or in the PDF. So we are in section 4, which is at the bottom of page 2. A different scene has played out at schools like the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, where administrators quickly reversed course on in-person instruction after hundreds of students and staff contracted the virus. While many of the university's 30,000 students were sent home, athletes were instructed to remain on campus if they wanted to play, despite the risks. North Carolina's head coach, Mack Brown, compared the move to professional basketball's enforced safety bubbles. We've got 3 months here where we cannot go outside for social reasons or to eat or anything else if we want to have our season, he said. Student athletes, indeed. Now we're going to turn the page and we are at the top of page 3. Canceling or suspending the college football season and other football sports is no small decision. Billions of dollars in television and ticket sales are at stake, not to mention alumni donations, merchandise sales, athlete eligibility, and even next year's applicant pool. But it is a far more dangerous game to invite the virus's spread among vulnerable athletes during what the Big 12 Commissioner Bob Bowlesby called the Petri dish of the first few months of school, while advocating for a football season. Charging forward, heads down, some schools have sought waivers from football players who might contract the coronavirus during the season, an absurd demand. Fortunately, the NCAA has offered to extend by a year scholarships and eligibility to play for athletes who opt out of the season over coronavirus concerns. It's not complicated. You can't socially distance in football. We're not going to put students in a bubble, said Michael Schill, president of the University of Oregon, in an interview. Teams would also have to give players regular MRIs to ensure they don't have heart issues brought about by symptomatic or asymptomatic coronavirus, he said. The excitement of the football season, not to mention countless other aspects of pre-pandemic American life, would be welcome after months of shelter-in-place orders. But with the U.S. death total continuing to rise and infections exceeding 5.7 million, players and other students contracting the virus as a result of an ill-advised college football season is not a likelihood, it's a certainty. Alrighty. That is section 4. So let's look at our first question for section 4. I would like you to list 3 elements of section 4 that are essential to understanding this article. Using the 3 elements you listed for section 4, summarize that section of the article. So we are going to compact that section down into a shorter version. Alrighty, what form of persuasion, ethos, pathos, or logos is being used in the star and parentheses section of part 4? And explain how you know. So that section reads, it's not complicated. You can't socially distance in football. We're not going to put students in a bubble, said Michael Schill, president of the University of Oregon, in an interview. Then I would like you to paraphrase the underlined section of part 4. And that section reads, the excitement of the football season, not to mention countless other aspects of pre-pandemic American life, would be welcome after months of shelter-in-place orders. So remember, paraphrasing is putting it in your own words, but using the same amount of wording. Alrighty, we are going to continue on to section 5, which is on page 3. As the nation faces a reckoning over long-standing racial inequalities, administrators shouldn't turn a blind eye to how the coronavirus has disproportionately impacted Black and other minority communities. Black and Latino players make up about 60% of college football rosters, more than double their representation among the entire United States. Before the Pac-12 pulled the plug on all fall sports, a group of athletes threatened to sit out the season, citing, among other things, Black and other minorities' marginalization. Their list of demands included some long overdue measures, such as profit sharing and rights to their own likenesses. That would help ease the racial disparities of college sports. As Jevon Holland, a University of Oregon football player, told Sports Illustrated, "We're not your entertainment, we're human beings." The governing NCAA's mission statement states, "The educational experience of the student-athlete is paramount." What message does it send to athletes and their families that they must stay on campus if they want to play football and bring in dollars for their school, while other students can more safely attend classes via their home computers? And that is the end of our article. So, let's look at our questions. What would you title section 5? So that is our last section in this article. What would you, if you had to come up with a title for this paragraph section, what would you title it? How do you feel about Jevon Holland's statement in relation to this article? I would like you to explain how you feel it affects this article. Is it fair to pressure athletes to fund colleges while other students stay home? Please explain your answer in Edpuzzle. And what would you do if you found yourself in a similar situation as these college athletes? Please explain. Alrighty guys, that is the end of our first article on this persuasive topic of football during the pandemic. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. I look forward to our next article to help broaden our horizons about this topic. I hope that you all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.